Hello lovely people and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something really exciting. I'm going to do my first ever video about my deck collection. Now this isn't going to be all of my deck collection in one go. Today I'm going to share my dark energy decks. Now these were all down off my shelves anyway because I've really felt a call to work with some decks that confront me and to really delve into my shadow a little bit, and the really hidden parts that I won't look at. So I have mentioned that there's a deck haul coming for decks like this one, the zombie tarot, so scary decks that I find scary. Now the zombie tarot is going to make it into this video, but this video isn't for my scary decks. This is just for the decks that I already had that had a slightly darker energy, and I wanted to share them in the same way that I love using them, which is paired together, one deck next to another, decks playing tag with each other. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can go through all of my dark decks to show you what I've got, but showing you them paired because that's how I think of my decks. I never think of just one deck at a time. I always think of them in pairs or in threes. So I'm going to start a new tag and a new series. This is going to be the way I'm going to share my collection. I'm going to do a series of videos called Tag Your It, because it's my decks playing tag with each other. So today's first video of the Tag Your It series is dark decks, Tag Your It. So not necessarily my terror decks or my Halloween scary decks, but just my dark decks. And the first one up is this one, the second edition Mariel. Now I've always thought these cards, although very beautiful and deep, they are slightly dark, more than slightly. There are some really big trigger cards in here, but they're beautiful. But we're going to ask the Mariel, who does the Mariel want to play tag with? And we're going to play tag with a Lucy Cavendish, Jasmine Beckett Griffith, Oracle of the Shapeshifters. And these two are up for tagging each other. So these two decks, I think, work really beautifully together. I think there's a synchronicity with colour. There's a synchronicity with the energy and the voice of the deck. I really love these decks. And although slightly different art styles, I do think that they work really nicely together. Oh, the King of Discs. This is my big trigger card. I have already done a video about being triggered by some of the cards in the Mariel, which I'll link below in the description if you're interested. But this one, of all the cards I've got, is my biggest trigger. But you have to say, those two go beautifully together. A twist in the tail, the unexpected, a change you didn't see coming. Oh my gosh. The person that this card reminds me of certainly fits that message. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. The Lovers and a Loyal Guardian, and both cards with embracing couples. I love that. So you can see that although these are very different, they are really lovely together for playing tag with. Both slightly darker energy. Both fantastic. Oh wow, look at that with the shape of the antlers and that flame. Just brilliant. You get loads of synchronicities like this when I'm working with this deck and these two decks together, and I love it. So that's our first tag team, the Mariel Tarot and the Oracle of the Shapeshifters. But if we move the Mariel out, what deck now is going to play tag with the Oracle of the Shapeshifters? For this, I am going to try and pair it with a Marchetti deck, the Tarot Grand Lux, which might not be everybody's idea of a dark deck, but for me, this hyper realistic artwork, these like strange collage images and the jesters masks on the back, for me this works as a dark deck. And already look at that, I've just placed that down, look at those two together. Also, what I like about these two decks together is, if I can focus it, can you see that these borders, that edging is very similar on both cards? So let's see how these two pair together. Now again, I think there's a strength of imagery in both of these decks that is there, strength of colour as well. I just think they work together. I think the border kind of pulls them in, the colours pull them in. You can see it's this disembodied limbs on the Tarot Grand Lux that kind of freaks me out a bit. Definitely great darker imagery, and I think it is offset slightly by the cuteness of this oracle, but I still think they're both fantastic decks. So you can see that there's a real intensity of colour that's the same. I love these images in here. Snuggled up cozy. I just think they're two decks that look really nice together. What will you see in the woods? That tree there almost mirrors that tree there, look. It's all right to be alone in the hermit. That's brilliant. Oh, I missed one. Yeah, so I think that there is an intensity of image and colour. There's a similar border, which kind of makes these two decks work together really nicely. So that is the Oracle of the Shapeshifters with the Tarot Grand Lux. But if we take the Oracle of the Shapeshifters out now and we look for something to pair with the Tarot Grand Lux, right, I have a Goddess Moon deck here. It's the Moon Goddess Affirmation Cards, a 31 card set by Terry Foss. If I can get that to focus. By Terry Foss. Now, I'm not sure that you can get this deck, but she's got other similar decks on her Etsy shop, and she's does some beautiful witchy artwork. And I think these two will also pair beautifully, even though the art style isn't the same. Let's give it a go. Look at that. I think this will work. Yeah, I love this deck. I will not dwell on my past. I am what I am today because of it. And you've got the moon god. Oh my gosh, that's is that a lunar moth? Oh, that would be cool. That's a cool synchronicity if it is. So again, different style decks, but both with a slightly dark vibe to them that I think would work really nicely together. I love that owl's face. Oh my gosh, will you just look at that? That's incredible. I am perfectly unique. And the 5 of coins, probably look at your uniqueness, not comparing yourself to others. And like the crown with a witch's hat. Just lovely. I love this deck so much. Yeah, so this is going to be one that I am going to play tag with these two decks. I'm going to put them together. Oh, look at that 6 of Cups. I love that. Absolutely lovely. A little circle of toys and a circle of witches. Perhaps witchcraft is a call to play. And the sun, I have empathy and kindness for others. Isn't that a way of spreading sunshine around? Wow, and judgment. My dreams guide me, looking down from the sky on both. Yeah, love these two together as well. So both of these I would class as slightly darker energy. You can see it's not scary, terrifying decks, which is what I've just ordered, but still darker vibes, and I think these tag brilliantly. So we are going to take the Tarot Grand Lux out of the mix now, and what am I going to pair it with now? Let's try it with the Raven's Prophecy Tarot. I think the colours in these two will pair really nicely. So you can see that the colours are perfect for this time of year. Oh, look at that. I love that. This is almost like the drop there radiating out. Love it. Oh, wow. Yeah, these two are lovely together. Just beautiful. I think these two would work really nicely together. Look at that. Witches on the road. I am ready to seek adventure, and then we've got the world with the road going out. I love that. And the King of Swords. I already know the answers. If anybody would say that phrase, it would be the King of Swords. I love it. The Two of Swords. And a choice. I choose tranquility, love and light. Love the synchronicities going on here. And then we've got the Six of Swords. Look at that colour there. Wow. I take time to nourish my soul with the Six of Swords. Love, love, love it. And then we've got the Queen of Swords. Yeah, so I just love it. Look, these crystals kind of look like these feathers. So yeah, there's definitely synchronicities happening here between these two decks. So I love that tag team. Right, let's take the Moon Goddess Oracle cards out of the mix. Let's try, I'm looking at all my decks I've got around me, with the Raven's Prophecy. Oh, let's try the Divine Circus Oracle by Lana Fairchild. These are the backs, which are wonderful backs. They remind me of my favourite novel, The Night Circus. But again, it's masks, it's circus. It's got to be in my dark decks. Let's have a look at these together. Oh yeah, I like these. So I think the orange and the red, the colours immediately work together. Oh, look, the stripes of the tent with the stripes of blood running. It just immediately throws new meanings in together. The page with the Velvet Queen. Oh, look at that. The Duke of Shadows and the Five of Cups. Yeah, this is another tag team pairing that I am going to definitely use. So the Raven's Prophecy is just a beautiful deck to use at this time of year. And the Divine Circus Oracle is really beautiful. I wish there was more diversity in there, because it's not really very diverse. But it is really beautiful, and you can see that these two decks are literally just singing together. Look at all the feathers on the headdress and the feathers here. Wow. Yeah, just brilliant. A supernova with the Empress. Love, 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 love it. So we're going to take the Raven's Prophecy out of the mix here. Oh my gosh, I've got decks and cards everywhere. This is insane. And what we are going to do, we are going to find a deck to add in to tag team with the Divine Circus Oracle. Oh my gosh, it's got to be. It can only be Jolie's Legrand Circus and Sideshow Tarot, which you guys on here described in my last video as the scariest deck on the planet. Surely not, guys, surely not. Actually, I kind of agree. One of you said it had abducted and locked in a box vibes, which made me really laugh, because you're spot on. So let's see how these two pair together. If you want to get creeped out by circuses and clowns, these two will do it for you. I just think some of this imagery is incredible. The Joker is wild with the Magician. That throws a new slant on the Magician, doesn't it? We've got the Sun card with a Sacred Fall. Kind of this ruffle kind of mirrors the flames, doesn't it? Wow. Yeah, so these two, to be honest, wow, to be honest, I bought this tarot to go with this oracle, and it's pretty fantastic, to be honest. It's a great combination. Yeah, so this is Legrand Circus and Sideshow Tarot with the Divine Circus Oracle. And I think you'll agree, it just is, ooh, a beautiful pairing. There's the spooky Six of Cups. Let's leave it on the spooky Six of Cups. And how funny that it's linked with the word confetti. Right, so we're going to take the Divine Circle out of the mix. Let's throw into the mix the cheat, because I want this in the Zombie Tarot, although this really belongs in my Terror decks, not my dark decks. This is a new one. Look at this box, it's so fantastic. This literally only came 2 days ago, but I know I want to pair this one with another deck that I'm about to pull. So I'm going to cheat and I'm going to tag this one, so this one's in the mix. So are you ready? Circus and zombies. Thank me later. Oh yeah. The star. Oh, how cool is this, guys? Just love it. Sad clown with brains for dinner. And the 10 of Swords. Oh, with the 3 of Cups. Yes. Love it. You can see this is still in order, simply because it only arrived yesterday. Oh, look at that 5 of Cups. How scary is that? So these two are great together, absolutely brilliant. But I'm going to take the Circus Tarot out of action, because I saw the most incredible pairing of the Zombie Tarot with another deck on Saturnarium's channel, and it was literally everything I've been looking for. So I'm going to link Saturnarium's video down below, but look what I'm going to pair it with. The Nicoletta Ciccoli. So the Nicoletta Ciccoli, a lot of people deem that this is a dark deck anyway. But I think if you're doing really shadowy inner child work, look at this. If you pull a card from this deck with a card from this deck, I think you're going to be in for some amazing experiences with tarot cards. I think, guys, that this is the deck combination I've been searching for. So Saturnarium, thank you so much. I thought I would never ever buy this deck, and to be honest, when I flick through it by itself, it makes me feel sick. But these two together, oh wow, it is really something else. Look at that. That is incredible. Absolutely brilliant. Love those two together. Yeah, just fantastic. And of course, you've got eating brains, and you've got eating like lots of sweeties in this deck as well, which is a great combination. Look at these cards. They are literally singing together. Oh. Like I was saying, bones and flesh and brains and lollipops. So that's fantastic. Look at this. So, absolute winner there. The Zombie Tarot with the Nicoletta Chicoli. But we're going to take the Nicoletta Chicoli now. Right, what are we going to add the Nicoletta Chicoli to? Let's try it with, I'm looking at all my decks here. Let's try it with the Divine Muses, because I think the muted colours I can see here might work beautifully with the Divine Muses. Here are the backs. Absolutely fabulous. I love it. The flower, the lollipop. Yeah, I think these two will work beautifully together as well. Oh wow, look at that. That really, one echoes the other. That's fantastic. Just wonderful. In a boat and in a bowl. They both look like they're in nests. Yeah, I really love these two together. Wow, look at the colours there. It's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful combinations going on here. I really love it. So that's the Nicoletta Chicoli with the Muses. Let's take the Nicoletta Chicoli out the mix now. And let's share another one. Oh, how about trying with the Muses Oracle, the Hobbit Tarot? What do you reckon? Now, the Hobbit Tarot, I bought this deck for my daughter. These are the backs. And she loved it because she's completely obsessed with Lord of the Rings books. And I got her this deck as her first tarot deck, and she asked me to do a couple of readings for her, and the way this deck read, it blew my mind. Oh my goodness, are you seeing it? Look at the tree. We've got another winner. And I couldn't believe how well this deck read, so I went then on a search to get my own copy of it. So we both got a copy of this deck. It is quite dark because of course there's a lot of battle scenes, there's a lot of these strange creatures. Look at that with the moonlight coming in there and the sun there. I love that. So there's a lot of like battle scenes, there's a lot of strange creatures, so that's why this is a dark energy deck, but it reads beautifully. Look, there's a star on the end of that wand, and look at that. Oh, I love that synchronicity. Oh, and again, look at the mask and look at the bear. And the Muse of Art, this deck has got Frida in, which is just fantastic. Yeah, I love it. Really love it. So not necessarily a combination you would automatically think of, but one that I love all the same. So we're going to take the Muses out of the mix now. And let's try the Hobbit tag teaming with Seasons of the Witch, the Samhain edition. Now, I've not done a flip through of hardly any of these yet, honestly. I'm so lax, really. Look at this gorgeous box and the red edging. Because I've just had the Yule deck arrive, which I put on pre-order ages ago. And so I might have to share both of them. So let's see how these two work. This is quite a unexpected combination. Let's see if they work. Yeah, we've got the trees and the trees there. I start to look for synchronicities. Let's make sure they're not all upside down, because that will drive us all mad. Okay. You've got the flames and the flames. I love some of these cards in this Seasons of the Witch Samhain edition. I love it. And reflection and the fall leaving, looking back. Is it working? The Page of Swords killing something and a graveyard. Possibly working. Not my favourite combo, I have to say, but it gives you a chance to have a look at these decks next to each other. Right then, let's take this one, the Hobbit, out of the mix now. What shall we try with Seasons of the Witch? Let's have a look. I'm nearly running out now. Oh yes, let's try it. Oh, I know. Where is the Stretch Tarot? Because this is quite a magical deck, and I'm looking at altars. And for magical decks, if you want a really magical deck, this one, let me show you the box. The Stretch Tarot is just amazing. I do tarot spells with this one. I love this deck so much. Can we just take a second to look at how wonderful that is? Oh yeah, I like these two together. I think these two work better than this deck with the Hobbit. Yeah, they've got a lovely vibe, haven't they, these two together? So the Stretch Tarot, it's new in my collection really, and I just absolutely love it. Oh, look, you've got a pumpkin coloured tower with a pumpkin there. And Frog and Justice. Well, I've kissed enough frogs in my time waiting for one to turn into a prince, and it's never happened. So yeah, I want a bit of justice for that, please. Ancestors and the Hermit, so going somewhere quiet to connect with your ancestors. The coming of winter with the Four of Cups, so hunkering on down there. Oh, I love these together. Oh, look at that. Potions and spells with the Three of Cups. I love it. And the Hierophant with the black cat. Oh, I love that. Look to your pets for a bit of wisdom. Yeah, so these two I think work beautifully together. So let's leave the Stretch Tarot there, and let's see if we can tag that with, I've only got two left here. Which one shall I tag it with? Right, I'm going to put it with this one, the Mystical Dream Tarot, which you can see from the box, the colour scheme that this whole deck is in. It's in like this sort of browny, purpley, pale blue colour. And I think, looking at the colours on this card, yeah, look at those. Right, let's see how it works. Oh, that's interesting imagery, isn't it, together? Yeah, these are lovely. These are fantastic together. So this deck, the Mystical Dream Tarot, I do think that it's got quite a dark energy. It's not sinister or scary, but I do say that its energy is a lot more on the darker end of things. I love those two images together. Oh wow, look at this. Going on a journey and going out there. Yeah, I love these two together. Absolutely love them. Let's turn a few of them round. Look at that. Oh, fantastic. The swords in you, like the chess moves that you made to get there. And the Empress with the Lady of Cups. It's almost like they're having a conversation. She's saying, no, you just lie there. Yeah, just brilliant. Love the directionality of those two. Yeah, so you can see the colour scheme, the messages, synchronicities. It's all there, isn't it? Oh my gosh, will you just look at that? You couldn't make it up, could you? Absolutely love it. So, last one. We've only got one option left now. I'm going to take the Stretch Tarot to one side, and I've only got one left. I've got this one, the Tarot del Fuego, which, although it's colourful and bright, it reminds me of Frida Kahlo because of this imagery, and that automatically makes me think of the Day of the Dead. Also, all the eyeballs and like the double eyes and the strange images in this, it kind of does make me think like slightly darker vibes to it. I'm just making sure that some of those are the right way up. Right, she says putting it down upside down. Okay, let's have a look at these. Yeah, I like it already. So you can see the colours clash a little bit, but I think the art style works, kind of the crazy line work of it. The Three of Swords and the Two of Swords, look at that. Oh, you've got a squirrel with wood on its head, and then this almost looks like the twigs coming out of its head as well, although they're horns. Crazy plants growing out. Oh, I love these two together as well. Slightly more unexpected combination, but I think the art style works. The colours are slightly off, but I think the art style works. Yeah, definitely going to give these two a go as well. Look at the skeleton with the skeleton there. Yeah, love it. Really love it. And the tree stump and the tree. Wow. We're going to end there with the Tarot del Fuego and the Mystical Dream Tarot. Those are my dark decks playing tag with each other. That was really fun to see what would work and what wouldn't work. Also a nice way to show you the dark decks, tarot and oracle that I've got in my collection. If you want to join in and you want to have a go at tag teaming your decks, your dark decks, then do join in. Use the hashtag #DarkDecksTagYourIt, because I'd love to see your dark decks playing tag too, because you might come up with a combination that I haven't thought of, and it will just be fascinating to see. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. My first ever sharing of an aspect of my collection, and thank you so much for watching. If you've got this far, well done, and I will see you next time. Bye.